to another video, guys. Out here, we're about to get the tractor out, but before we get into all that, as you can tell by the thumbnail, by the title, we're having some issues with the truck, and it is raining, it's nasty, it's cold. We've been in about a 4-day solid rain spell. Everything is nasty, everything is muddy. So today of all days to have some truck issues was not very fun. But for now, let's hop on the tractor, go out to the barn, show you what we have for the farm to help us out a little bit, and we'll get into the truck. Alrighty, so before we show you the new piece of equipment for the farm, like I mentioned, truck issues, the big whole thing, I will say that I have the truck at the house. It's not at the dealer. The dealer, it's pretty sad. They were booked out 3 to 4 days, which basically puts me into next week. They had no loaner cars, and I always feel like you either get a really good sales team with a crappy service department or vice versa. With the old truck, we had issues. Granted, the dealer sucked, the sales team was just terrible, but when something broke, they did take care of you. And if they didn't have any cars, they'd give you a brand new truck off the lot. I think I had a loaner a couple years ago, which was when the new bodies first came out. It was the 2.4 cylinder turbocharged version. I made a video with it, but it was pretty fun. But regardless, they took care of me no matter what, at all cost, and got me in. This dealer, it just sucks. So the truck's here. We do have a check engine light on it. Make sure you stay tuned. We'll take it to the dealer next week. We'll kind of figure all this out. But to be stranded in the middle of the road in the rain sucked. Thankfully, wife came, Tahoe, towed it to the side street. Somehow everything kind of came back. We got our power steering back. We had no fault codes come up, like we had it said the fuel tank was empty and some other stuff, and like I mentioned, the power steering went out. It was just a mess, but it all came back. The truck starts and stops. I may be going hunting later, I don't know, but regardless, we'll drive the truck. We'll see if it happens again. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it makes it through the weekend. But yeah, so make sure you stay tuned. I'll keep you updated on that. But for today's video, just real quick, there just hasn't been a lot of stuff going on with work and the rain and everything else, but we do have a new toy. I'll spin it around. We're going to be updating it, make sure it gets all pretty because it is a little older, and that is a new auger post hole digger. It's going to help us out here quite a bit. No more are we going to be digging holes by hand and dealing with all of that. This is some pretty rocky ground. It's been very dry this year, so this rain's probably going to help us out quite a bit when it comes to digging and stuff. This was my grandpa's. He hasn't used it in years and years, so we're going to be getting it cleaned up. We're going to be getting the gear case oil switched today, so that's one of the main things. So that way next week, hopefully the sun's going to be out and it'll be a nice time to dig a couple of holes, put some posts in so we can keep the donkeys in a specific area instead of letting them out and letting them run this whole place, which is going to be a future hayfield. So that's the plan here. But we're going to get the oil drained out of here. We have new gear oil. This piece, the pin was shot. It had nails in it. So we got a new pin for this. I'm assuming that this is going to be our fill 2 hole. And then we have the actual fill hole right there. We need a couple sockets. For some reason, these bolts are loose or out. Not sure why, but we're going to get this thing opened up, check it out, see what's kind of going on. And it looks like it's our drain bolt right there. And then we're going to be sanding all of this, getting it repainted blue or whatever color we want. It's got a nice PTO shaft. We'll get everything greased up, make sure the shear bolts are okay, and then test it out. Alright, so I'm not sure how good the lighting is. Hopefully it's good enough and you can see what we're doing in here. But we have everything cleaned off. So let's get it drained and see what comes out. That is not what's supposed to come out of this. So we've got 1 quart in here. It'll be enough to kind of see and make sure everything works. We're not quite to the fill hole yet, so we're probably gonna have to get another one and add it. But for now, all that got changed. It was super nasty. As you can tell, there's a lot of water, a lot of gunk, so it definitely needed to be changed. I didn't see any metal on the drain plug or any of these top ones, just a little bit of sludge. So we should be good there. We're just gonna let this drain out and get the plugs back in. Now we're gonna try to get that PTO released so we can get it on and see if it works. PTO pin, we got it free. We sprayed it, let it soak, and now it's working like it should. Here it's running nice and quiet. It's really smooth. It's going a lot better than I thought it would. I was gonna hop off the tractor and talk, but I set the parking brake, did some stuff, and the tractor wants to shut off. So good safety feature. Kind of like the old ones, get on and off all I want. Just my opinion. But yeah, she's running. We're doing awesome. Like I said, we're gonna add a little bit more gear oil, and then we're gonna get it out in the field next week when the sun's shining and get it tested out. Alrighty, so that's gonna wrap up today's video. Everyone, thanks for watching. As always, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Tons more videos to come, as I always say. We just gotta get work to kind of chill out a little bit. We need the rain to stop and we can start these projects. Now the boat's all covered up. We have the big cover on it, just keeping it protected. It's staying nice and cold. We've already got some nights below freezing. The camper goes in next week. I'm not sure what day, but the 4th of November is when it goes in to get winterized itself. We were gonna do it ourselves, but for $99, we're just gonna get it done. Plus we have some warranty work on it, which I'll talk about that in the video when I take it. So for now, we're gonna keep everything in the barn. We're gonna keep everything dry. Donkeys out having fun. But we'll leave you here. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up. See you later.